What is going on, friends? Thanks for joining me. Andrew Axum with Axum Outdoor Adventures. Wanted to get outdoors tonight, but Mother Nature had other ideas. I was going to head out back, as I mentioned on a live I did today. I did a live announcing that I now have memberships on the channel. I think I'm going to put some members videos up tonight. But one of the things I announced was I was going to do some durability / longevity testing of my own kangaroo pouches. I make mine from a thinner leather than most that you can find. These are 0.8 to 1 millimeter, and I really like them because they're that thin. You can buy them on Etsy, by the way. I'll put a link down in the description. But I could not get out there to do the testing, and even though I hope to get outside tonight, still some, I don't think I'm going to be able to do as much shooting as I wanted to test the longevity of these. So I thought while I was in band making mode, I would show you guys how I tie a set of bands. I did a video a couple weeks ago on how to use a taper ruler to get the bands cut that you want. Go back and watch that. It's a good one. I'm in it. But I already have this set of bands cut. I'm going to show you how I tie up a set of bands using one of these great stainless steel jigs you can get at Slingshot, amongst other places. One of the things I like about it when you get them from Slingshot, at least when I got this one, I hope they still do it, it came with this pair of forceps, I think these are called, but a lot of places you can get forceps. These came already coated with a rubber tip. I have a pair that aren't, and I've used these for a long time tying bands, never had a problem. I see people sometimes online saying, oh, I would never use these or whatever. I haven't had a problem with them, but if I have a pair that are coated, I'm going to use those. So first thing I do, because excuse me, I like my pouches fuzzy side out. Now I do put my little axe stamps on there just kind of as a trademark, I guess, but I like to shoot them fuzzy side out, and honestly the stamps disappear quickly. But I take my little pull through tool, don't remember exactly where I got this, but they're everywhere, at least in my garage. Put it through. Now I put it through making sure I'm going to pull through the right way, because again I want the fuzzy side out. I've already done the math on these to get them to my active band length that I want, and I've cut them so that I know I have a 1/2 inch to work with on the short end here. So I'll go through there, and I will move the camera so you guys can see this a little better, but I'll show you how. Actually, my camera is hooked up right now. I forgot it's charging, so I'm going to try to do this. I give myself, like I said, about a 1/2 inch to work with there, but I'm going to move over here to the metric, go across the pond over here to the metrics, and I'm just going to use 1 centimeter. That should give me what I need there. Now let me make sure that works out right. Yeah, so that 1 centimeter put me right where I want to be. And now I'm going to fold that over, and I'm going to pull it tight there. Now I like to try to make sure all the edges are lined up on this side, keeping it snug so I know where it's at, but I like to try to line my edges up nice on there. And then you put it down over the post there, and you want to make sure you keep a hold of these so that doesn't slip on you, but you can switch hands if you need to. Now I'm going to pull that tight. Don't know how well you can see that. And I'm going to take these forceps and I'm going to raise my hand and I'm going to slide that underneath the band there. Slide it through. Hope you guys can see that. And clamp it. Easy, easy. Now I have this really fancy emerald crystal string. Looks really good, doesn't it? I will never buy it again because as good as I think it looks, I have found that it kind of shreds or frays way more than the black, but I'm going to use it up. So I just take me out a piece about yay long, take my roller cutter, slice me a piece off. Now, here's the thing. Because crystal string has a tendency to kind of shred anyway, and this green stuff, I do love the looks of it, but I think it's more for crafts, is particularly shreddy. I just take the whole thing. Yeah, sloppy. Spit on that thing. Now, we're going to tie it. I put it underneath, and I make 5 ties. 1, 2, and I count the crossovers. 3, 4, 5. So I guess kind of I make 6, but on the 6th one, that's where I tie it off. Now, you ain't done spitting yet. You got to take your spit and rub both insides real good. Pull it through on one. I do that. I get my finger wet and spit on every pull I do. That was 2, 3, 4, 5. If you don't do that, it'll tie, but it shreds and it looks ugly and I don't trust it. So here's what I do now. I just take that, stretch it out right where I want that cut. Bloop. I take this out. So I'm gonna take my forceps off there. And look how pretty that looks. I take this, I fold it over there a little bit. Now you don't want to get too close because you'll get into the crystal string. Maybe this green would be easier to see. There we go. And making sure I don't get into the crystal string, I just snip that little bit off and now just because those extra little flappy strings kind of annoy me, I'm going to see if I can slice them off without ruining my band. Yeah. Viola, there you go. Now I'll do the same thing on the other side. One thing to make sure is you fold them both the same way, because if you're not careful and you're not paying attention, you'll end up with one where the sort of V shape or canoe or whatever is facing down and the other one's facing up. You don't want to do that. Pay attention. got it at the position I want it, I'm going to try to make sure my edges are lined up and it's not all cockeyed in there. Sometimes you got to kind of work your thumb and your fingers around to get the forceps under there, but it's doable. I take my don't do that, but it did not lose a wrap. So I'm going to keep going. It's getting shreddy there a little bit. I can live with it. I think that was 5. It's going to be. I do like to clean them up a little bit there if I can, but not that particular. So again, I'll fold it over there. Careful not to get into the crystal string itself. And there you go. That is a lot easier than waiting for them to come through the mail. And it's a lot of fun, as you can see, when you can't get outside and shoot, which I'm still hoping to tonight, you can still be doing something with your favorite hobby. All right, friends, that's going to be it for this. I hope I can get out and do some slinging tonight. I did a live earlier today where I announced that I now have memberships available on the channel. So be sure to check that out if you think you might be interested. I'm going to post some videos tonight, some members videos, just silly stuff. One of them is going to be me getting my tattoo wedding ring a couple weeks ago. So check it out if you think you might be interested. If not, stick around and subscribe anyway for plenty of slingshots, cutlery, and EDC content. Thanks a lot, my friends. See you next time.